Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to the video, and today we're here for another severe weather breakdown. Now we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today, including some storms moving through the upper Midwest, a lot of tropical activity, and a huge deep freeze that's coming through. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the SPC outlook for today, where we have a marginal risk of severe weather here in southwestern Michigan. Now the tornado threat with this is going to be very low and no tornadoes are expected today, but the damaging wind threat is a different story. We have a 5% risk to see wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher here in the Grand Rapids region, so look out for that. Hail threat for today, we do not have a risk for hail, so we are all good to go there, but we might get one at the next SPC update, which happens at 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, so look out for that in that region. Moving on to tomorrow, we do not have any marginal risks of severe weather, and then going into going into Sunday here, we do not have any marginal risks of severe weather either, so we are all good to go on severe weather for the most part, other than some potentially severe storms today in southwest Michigan. Moving on to the National Hurricane Center, we've got post-tropical cyclone Phillipe, but we're going to break that down more later as it is getting dangerously close to Bermuda. Then we've got a disturbance here that has a 50% chance to form the next 7 days that we really need to be watching for, because whenever it's a wave off of the coast of Africa, it usually heads in the United States direction, so we really need to be watching this, especially since it does have a decent chance to form. Now moving on to the eastern Pacific, we have Tropical Storm Lydia, but we're going to break that down more later. And then we have a disturbance that has an 80% chance to form the next 7 days and a 50% chance to form the next 48 hours. And if I had to guess, probably a 20 to 30% chance to form today. And this will most likely head for the northwest Mexico region, so look out in that area. Or it could just head straight west into the Atlantic here. We're not really sure as of right now, or sorry, the Pacific, not the Atlantic. So don't need to worry about that, but it's something you maybe need to look out for in this region. Central Pacific, nothing new. So let's go ahead and move on to the paths for Lydia and Phillipe. Starting off with Phillipe here, that is currently a 50-mile-per-hour storm here that's about to approach Bermuda, which by the next update here from the National Hurricane Center, it'll be dangerously close to Bermuda, and you guys are going to start feeling some impacts from this soon. So definitely look out. Some storm surge possible, flooding rains, damaging winds, and maybe a tornado or two, but that's not really expected. Now this will continue to head up north and northwest here, and then eventually will stay a post-tropical cyclone for the rest of its lifetime now, but that doesn't make it any less strong. It is now expected to make landfall on October 8th at around 7 or 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time here as a 50-mile-per-hour storm near New Brunswick, Maine, and potentially western Nova Scotia, so we really need to be looking out at Atlantic Canada and eastern Maine. This is a very, very strikingly similar situation to what Tropical Storm Lee did, and that was no good, okay? We had a lot of flooding issues with that, and that could definitely happen again. Storm surge possible, maybe a tornado, but again, I'm not expecting that. But then also the damaging wind gusts of 50 miles an hour or higher being possible. Then this will head up northwest more into the Quebec region, and eventually end its lifetime as a 40-mile-per-hour storm here in southeastern Quebec. So look out for that if you are in the path of Phillipe there. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to Lydia, which is over here in the Pacific. Where is Lydia at? Would it be... Well, I can't find it. Oh, here it is. My bad. It was further south. So right now, Lydia is a tropical storm that is 70 miles an hour, which is pretty strong. And it's looking like by the next National Hurricane Center update, it's going to be an 80-mile-per-hour storm, potentially. And that will make it a Category 1 hurricane. It will continue to head west here and then go north, then take a turn to the east here, and eventually will turn into a 65-mile-per-hour storm as it starts to potentially make an impact here on west central Mexico. So central Mexico, you really need to be looking out for this thing. This could definitely head in your direction, which is why I'm including the path of it in this video. I only do that for important tropical storms, and I'd consider this an important tropical storm. Mexico, the United States of America, and Canada, all three countries in North America, are under a threat today, or not today, sorry, but a threat within the next week or so to potentially see a tropical storm, which I thought was just pretty funny. Now, watches, warnings, and advisories. We have a large area of freeze warnings, freeze watches, and frost advisories here across the Great Plains, and now expanding into the western Midwest here, like in portions of western Missouri, western Iowa, western Minnesota. And this huge block here, if you are anywhere in like North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, anywhere like that, you need to be watching out. Only drive on icy roads if you can do so safely, because this freeze is seriously expanding, and I don't see it going away anytime soon as we enter the fall time of year, and this area is a very cold in nature. We have red flag warnings here in effect for southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, and southern Alabama, so don't be burning anything if you're in those regions. Heat advisories in effect for the west coast here on portions of southern and central California. Heat index values could reach over 100, so look out for that. We have wind advisories also under all these frost advisories and freeze warnings here, so look out for some windiness in the western Midwest region, I would say, today. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, so if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.